From the home of the 12s, they raised the banner just a moment ago. We are set for football at Lumen Field here a mile south of downtown Seattle. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. The 49ers getting set to trot out there. The drive will start with an option going left. That's a start they can live with. 15 yards on their first play from scrimmage. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
On first down, Lance. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Darrell Taylor got in there to drop him.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36. Nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Working from the gun, Lance. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
On fourth down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowski to punt the football. Taking it about the 16. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. On first down, they'll kick off the drive with Dallas. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
On second down, a run with Dallas. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And Lance now to throw. That's caught by Werner, the tight end. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Throwing on first down is Lance. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Here's Walker to start the drive. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. Now Smith. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on third down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So just 3 yards on the completion there, and that'll make it second down. On second down, it's Walker. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 39.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Geno now to throw. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Though we've seen some good pressure defensively already here in the first quarter, here's another good example.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Geno. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Kyle Shanahan doesn't care much for that last call, so out comes the red challenge flag. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. Here's Smith. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Dallas up the middle, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Smith, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A great effort there. 29 yards. And the Seahawks use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 22. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Man open. That's Deebo Samuel. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Second and 2. A handoff. McCaffrey running right. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. And that is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. To the 40 and no further. The razzle-dazzle, though, got him a couple extra on the play. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6. 3rd and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Now a give right side McCaffrey. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. He stayed afloat for a second there after the first wave of contact, but that was going nowhere.
Yeah, what did he tell us in pregame? I just don't want to get my feet stopped initially when I'm trying to make a run. That's exactly what happened there. Unfortunately, as you noted, got away a little bit from the first one, but the wave swarmed him under.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a 1st down right out of the gate.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Now the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. To throw on 2nd and 6. Smith. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Smith. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Again, Smith. He'll get that complete to Parkinson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Geno. And Lockett with a grab over the middle. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right, took it straight into the backfield, and made the tackle for a loss.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Let's go do this thing, baby. Let's do our thing. Let's do our thing. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. The Niners on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball. Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Lance looking to throw it. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. To throw, it's Lance. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stretched the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Here's Lance. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
This offense is starting to get into rhythm. A nice quick throw there on target, able to pick up another 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Lance again. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jennings. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Fourth down field goal try coming, so Lance is off, and on comes Robbie Gould. The kick by Gould is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Now, maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least have something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. And the Seahawks offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. 9 seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw, Smith. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Second down at 4. Throwing is Smith. It's caught. Lockett. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Walker now on 1st and 10. And not much running room. Down to the 32. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9. Smith. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is up to 18 now.
Let's go, boy. Let's go. Anytime that ball comes to me, I'm trying to take it to the house. Pay attention. Pay attention.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. On 2nd down, here's the option. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. 1st down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play. There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
To throw again on 2nd down. Lance. It's caught by Jennings. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And Lance now to throw. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Following the fumble recovery, Smith. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Fred Warner. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing now is Lance. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
It's a bit of a dangerous part of the field for them to break into their bag of tricks, but for a minute there, I thought it was going to set up perfectly for them. Instead, they don't get into the end zone, but they do pick up positive yardage.
McCaffrey going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Deebo Samuel taking it in from a yard out. And the 49ers get a bit closer.
This feels like something we'd see more commonly, CD, in a college game. They give it to the receiver down here in the red zone, but it winds up successful.
Yeah, partner, I think you'd think it's less likely to find running space to the edge down here close to the end zone where things are so condensed. But a lot of times you end up focusing on the running backs, and they're able to slip it to the receiver, and it resulted in a touchdown.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. From the gun, here's Smith. And this one is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Geno now to throw.
He completes this to Walker.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the 1st down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And San Francisco gets set to go here.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
41 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
1st downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
On play action, Lance.
Flushed out right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. After the interception, here's Smith. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. This complete to Lockett. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Now Geno. Returning right back to Lockett. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence, because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Try to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. So both teams trade touchdowns in the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Throwing again is Smith. Buying time to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Geno. That's complete to his running back, Dallas. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
That's complete to Disley, the tight end. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Smith throwing again. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Smith. And he'll just get rid of it.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
So on 4th down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. And this a 39-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
They gotta walk that walk, baby.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it.
The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field.
So now, Charles, this drive may be a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
A gain of 3, second down.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Lance to throw it.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Here's Lance. He'll get this to Jennings over the middle. And he is going to have a Niners first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You've got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Lance now on first down.
Looking sideline, incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Again, it's Lance.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
That'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 42.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. Over the middle, complete. That's Jennings. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 31-yard line. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jennings. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Lance trying to urge his offense to go quickly. Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And the Niners are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Short yardage situation. You have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of a 1st down.
Now Lance. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Now he'll escape to his left. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Straight ahead, Walker.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. And out now come the Seahawks. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. They run again with Walker, and he is going to lose yardage here. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
They'll run for it. It's Walker.
And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Lance back to throw.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
One final try now for Lance.
He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal, because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.